2 years later, in April 2018, Brochez was deported from Singapore after serving his sentence, and we had no reason, no basis to keep him here. In May 2018, after his deportation, Brochez sent a screenshot containing 31 records from the HIV registry to several government authorities. All 31 records were not new. They were a subset of the 75 which Brochez had earlier revealed to authorities in 2016. MOH lodged another police report. We considered again whether to inform the affected individuals and the public. The relevant factors were similar to those in 2016, but there was one difference. This time, we could not retrieve the screenshot of the 31 records in Brochez's possession because he was already out of Singapore. MOH therefore decided to contact the affected individuals and alert them to the matter. We did not make a public announcement as there was still no specific evidence that Brochez had more information beyond these 31 records. Furthermore, as on previous occasions, Brochez had only shared it with government authorities and not to any wider audience. A public announcement would create anxiety and distress, not just among the 31 persons, but also other HIV patients whose names were in the registry. In September 2018, Le was convicted for abetting Brochez to commit cheating and also of providing false information to the police and the MOH. He was sentenced to 24 months imprisonment, and Le has appealed, and this is scheduled to be heard in March 2019. Le's charge under the OSA is currently stood down. That means that the OSA charge has been put aside for the moment, but it remains before the courts and will be dealt with after proceedings on his other charges have concluded. AGC decided to go to trial against Le on the cheating and false information charges first, as they were more serious and carried stiffer penalties. The trial for his drug charges will be held next, as these also involve stiffer penalties, including mandatory caning. So that there is no doubt, let me say again that the OSA charge against Le is still live. AGC will decide on the OSA charge after proceedings on his other charges have concluded. This is the usual course. The most recent incident in January 19 stood on a different footing from earlier incidents. It showed that Brochez probably still possessed the entire HIV registry, beyond just the 31 records. He had also put the information online and provided the link to a non-government party. This new situation meant that the likelihood of the identities of affected persons being made public by Brochez had increased significantly. MOH therefore decided to make a public announcement on 28th January, even though we remain deeply concerned about the impact this would have on affected persons. We sought to quickly contact each of the affected individuals to inform them of the circumstances and also to offer them assistance prior to the announcement. We worked with the police and other relevant parties to disable access to the information as quickly as possible.